Welcome back, guys. So today we are going to solve part D of our question, and previously we have solved part A, B, C of question 2.1. So the part D of it is repeat A to C, reversing the polarity of the 20-volt source. Okay, so this is the 20-volt source, and reversing it, we will get what? Let me reverse it. This is the first source. This is the second source. Okay, and the third source is here we have. Okay, the polarity of it remains the same. This is of 5 amperes. Its polarity will remain the same. This is plus minus how much? That is 15 volts, and we have to reverse the polarity of this 20 volts. So this will remain the 20 volt, but the polarity of it would become this plus, this minus, while here we can see that it was negative and positive here. Okay, so now we have this circuit. Let us analyze it. First of all, is it the valid circuit? Okay, so this is a valid circuit because of the reasons we have described in our previous lecture, that there is none of the voltage source connected in parallel with the other voltage source, and also only a single current source which is in this loop. So therefore the value of current is known in this loop, and that is 5 amperes. Okay, but we don't know the value of voltage across it. The part B is identify which sources are developing power and which sources are absorbing power. Okay, so let me have this current. Okay, so this is the current, and we can see that here it is moving from negative and coming out of this positive. So therefore this V20, this 20 volt is now what? This is the developing source. Okay, similarly here this is coming in from this negative and coming out of this positive. So therefore this V15 is also what? This one is the 15 volts, and this is what? This is also the developing one. In order to find it out, we don't know about this voltage, so let me have it. This is V5. We don't know about its polarity, so let me find it out by this one. So in this loop, applying the KVL, okay, applying KVL here, we know that V20 plus V15, because the polarity of both of them is now same, so therefore we are writing them, and plus V5. Suppose the polarity of it is unknown, so this is 0. So V5 is what? This is minus V20 plus V15. Okay, or writing the values of them, it would be 20 plus 15. So this V5 is how much? This is minus 35 volt. Okay, so minus 35 volts means the polarity of it is opposite of these polarities. So therefore writing them here, it will be what? It will be positive here and negative here. Okay, so therefore as the current here moving from positive and coming out of this negative, so therefore this V5, which is the I5 source, okay, and that is the 5 amperes, this is what? This is the absorbing source. Okay, so this is what? This is the absorbing, while the two ones here are the developing ones. The part C of it is verify that the total power developed in the circuit equals the total power absorbed. So the power developed here is the power which is developed by these two, and power which is absorbed by this source. Okay, so these are basically the developed power, and here this is the absorbing. So let me first find out the developed power. Okay, so the developed power, which is PD, that is the summation of the power by 20 volts and the 15 volts. Okay, this V20 is VI, so V20 and I20 plus V15 plus I15, and here it is understood that in this series circuit I20 is equal to the I15, and that is equal to I5 as well, and that is 5 amperes. Okay, you have to keep it in your mind. So let me put them here, the values. So this is 20 multiplied by this 5 plus V15 is 15 multiplied by 5, so it would be 100 plus 75, so it is 175 watt. Okay, so this is what, this is the power developed. Okay, now in order to find the absorbed power, let me find it out here. So absorbed power is the power which is absorbed by this 5 ampere source. So this is P5 and this is V5 multiplied by I5. So V5 is known, that was 35, as I'm just writing the magnitude of it, and I5 is how much, that is 5. Okay, so it would be, that is 175 watt as well. Okay, so we can see that here the developed power and the absorbed power are equivalent. So therefore we have solved part A to C for part D as well. Okay, so that's it for today, in which we have seen the validity of the circuit and solve it for different quantities ranging from voltage, current, and then to the powers as well. Okay, so that's it for today, and I will see you with some more interesting stuff in our upcoming video. See you soon.